Hello everyone, my name is Owen Gotimer and I'm the community manager at TechWell. I'm joined today by Tom Stiehm, the CTO at Coveros. Tom, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Tom and I are going to be talking about an Agile Manifesto principle, and that principle reads, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Tom, do you want to give a basic explanation of what that principle means?
Yeah, so what that principle means is that the goal of an Agile team is to be able to give software that is useful to the customers as early and as often as possible, and use the customers using the software to get feedback and use the feedback to make the software better. So one of the things that Agile believes is that we don't know what software should do when we start a project, and we use this principle to triangulate into the right software for the customer by giving them something, having them give us feedback, and then shooting closer to what ultimately is going to be the software that they're going to use with the most business value.
Right, so when you have a team that's starting to move towards Agile practices, what are some steps they can take to kind of work towards becoming fully functional on this principle?
Yeah, I think the best thing is to talk to your customers. A lot of teams that we work with, whether they're Agile, moving to Agile, or some who've even been Agile for a little while, is that they never talk to their customers. They never talk to the people who use their software. So they don't know what their priorities are. They don't know what they struggle with. They don't know what functions you could put in that would make their lives better. And so the best thing to start delighting your customers is to ask them what they need, what problems they have, what needs are going unresolved with the software.
Yeah, and so obviously that's great, and I think communication is, across all of these principles, so important, and across Agile in general, just so important.
Absolutely, yep.
So what are some signs you might see with your team or at an organization you're working with where they're not following through with this principle?
Yeah, I mean, what you often see is that the customers will complain about the same issue again and again and again, and yet the teams don't react to that. They don't try to improve. They don't try to do that. Another one is that if you go in and you ask the team, how do the users use your software? And they either won't know, some of them won't even know how the software is used at all. Like they won't even have we've tested it and know how it technically works. Mm-hmm. They won't even know that. We just build functions and the testers test it, and we have no idea if the end users use it, like it, think it's horrible, think it's the best thing ever. Mm-hmm. As teams mature in agility, they often go through this struggle of how do we start working to get feedback from the customers? A lot of organizations, as they adopt Agile, it's against their corporate culture to have the developers talk to the end users. They're so far removed from them. And so you go through this struggle of just getting the developers to hear what the customers have to say, not filtered through several layers of business interfaces.